And we're live. We're actually live now on Facebook and on Instagram. We're going to try to do it in a different way today. So we would love to invite you for an actually super interesting topic. So I'll give it to you, Bridget.
Hi, yeah. So today's topic is around mental toughness. And so some of the things that have been achieved because people have overcome their mental challenge as opposed to their physical challenge. And I think with most things, whether it is in work or in relationships or in a lot of things, we have this limitation. And if we can overcome this limitation and become mentally strong, I mean, if you think about the SEALs, for example, there's organizations where the mental toughness is what gets them through. So how mentally tough are you, is my question. My second point is, welcome. My second point is, if you are wanting to become more mentally tough, why not work with a coach? Why not? Because very often we get stuck. We've got these limiting beliefs. So today we are going to be sharing 6 points. The first one is around accepting change. And I think myself included, there's certain things that I love. I love change. And there's other things, especially when it's emotional stuff, not so much. Change is very, 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 very hard. And that's where you need to be mentally tough.
I think change is tough for everyone. Like, think about how long it takes to accept the fact that we need to make a change, to actually start making the change and understanding the change and let it be part of it. And Phoenix, I see you want to be part of the live. Just you can participate in the comments and let us know what do you think about this topic and share from there. But I do agree that like changing it's a tough thing to do. We all struggle with some new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is actually move towards goal. And you know what? That's super important. And I literally said it today to someone in the morning. Like, what helps me is that I'll write on a stick notes and stuff like this, my goals. I'm going to put them in front of my face, something that can help me just move towards my goals. Because if not, a lot of time where I'm missing it out. So we have something in the head, but we're not exactly following that. And then we forget about it. So a great way to remind yourself to move towards your goal is to actually write it down to yourself. Even put like a board behind you in the office and help you to use it. Find the different ways for you to make it happen.
And I think the driver behind the goal is you have to be emotionally connected to what it is you want. So if you're not emotionally connected to making the change in whatever area that is, then the goal is just gonna become a lot of work and you actually couldn't be bothered, so you're not gonna end up doing it. The next one is taking decisive action. And again, I don't know, I think every day, you're in the car and you could be, do I go left, do I go right, which is the quickest way, which is the longest way, which is more scenic, which is not, do I phone this person, do I not phone that person? I've emailed that client, to email them again. Like, decisions are like all the time. So when are you taking decisive action? Are you taking decisive action?
And it's not that easy to be decisive. Like, we always second guessing ourselves and thinking, am I making the right decision? Am I not? Should I do it? Should I not? You second guessing yourself all the time. And that's not easy. That's not easy to make it happen. And something that I remember once my young sister told me is that there's no such thing as a bad decision. That was the right decision for that specific moment. And for me, that's something that really helped me to be more decisive with my actions, because I know that if that's what I felt at that specific moment, that's what's going to happen. That's what I need to do. And I'm going with this. And I'm not regretting, because that's what I felt at that specific moment. So for me, that's what helps. We would love to hear your thoughts about it, like what helps you with this and what's now, and how actually you are working on, strengthening your mental thoughts. Like, what's helping your toughness? What's helping you?
Mm-hmm.
Next slide. It's mine.
Self-discovery. So the next one is about self-discovery, and that is you discovering who you are and what you are about. Because if you don't understand yourself and you don't know yourself and you're not willing to figure out who you are, then how can you get the mental strength?
And I think in general, if we're not aware to who we are and we're discovering ourselves, we cannot achieve any type of progress in life, in everything. Like, we will not be able to understand how much we can actually go through, like deal with in life, how tough we are to actually deal, and until we're not discovering that powers inside of us. And it's not that easy to learn about ourselves.
It has to also resonate with you. Like, you and I were talking about this, before we started. And I was talking about the reels, and I was saying, we spoke about reels this week, and that's something that I was looking at and I've been playing with and I'm trying to figure out. And there's certain things on the reels that I'm like, not my thing. I'm not going to start doing, I don't know, like TikTok videos and start dancing and stuff. Like, that's not my vibe, So self-discovery authentically on who you are as well.
It is, but you know what? And to be honest with yourself about what you can and can't do. And the next one is to keep in perspective, which is super important, because we really tend to take things out of proportion. And I think we spoke about, like, in different ways that we gave examples, like that, like, he didn't text you, and then you losing your mind, like what's happening, and you literally taking things out of perspective, that in the end it was something so stupid and so small that then you're like, really I was really upset with this. So I think in everything we sometimes tend to overreact.
Absolutely. And the next one, or the last one, which is super, super, super important, you can only be mentally tough if you are holistically, so body, mind, and soul, like everything. So obviously the mind controls everything else, but you've got to look after the body, because if the body's not strong, the body's going to take a lot of strain. So body, mind, and soul, some kind of spiritual or religious practice or whatever resonates with you. But self-care is really, really important. Otherwise, your mind just can go crazy, actually. It can go crazy.
I agree. And for me, that what helps me is the yoga, The yoga links between my body, mind, and soul. A process that you do in yourself. It all links. Like, sometimes you go to the doctor and you're not feeling well in a certain area, and then you realize how it's actually linked to something you're experiencing on your mental side. And that's what, like, for example, I like reflexology, that it's also helping you to discover, like, which parts. And I had a friend the other day that came to do reflexology diagnostic thing for me. And it was just amazing to see what I have in the past, what I've got in the present, what I took from the past, what I didn't. And you can see the connection and all of things, which is amazing.
Absolutely. So mental toughness, if this is something that you feel you would like to work on and you would like to become mentally stronger and make some massive changes, or even small changes, I would love to talk to you. Should we summarize them?
Yes, but I really advise you, if you feel like that's something you need to deal with, go to Bridget, really find someone that can coach you and help you to deal with it and to strengthen yourself. Because that's really going to help you in everything in life, and to deal with everything and not to, fall down and collapse and get to depressions and places like this. So before we just sum it all up, we just want to remind you quickly, every Tuesday we're talking about marketing topics. Every Friday, personal development. You're more than welcome to join us. We're going to be live on Facebook, but we're going to try now the Instagram as well.
Also, next week, we won't be doing the Tuesday because of the public holiday. So we have moved that. Okay, so the first one is accepting change.
Yes, the next one is move towards a goal.
The next one is taking a decisive action.
The next one is self-discovery.
Keeping things in perspective.
Look after yourself, body, mind, and soul, all linked together.
So just to end off, if you are in a challenging position, just get that mental strength and have an amazing weekend.
Have an awesome weekend. We'll see you next week.
Bye.